Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the James Talk Cycling Awards for the 2024 road season. It has been a season of mythical performances, whether it be Van der Poel in the classics, Pogacar all year, Vollering on the outdoor stage. So here we are, breakthrough performances, flops of the year, individual performances of the year, and then my rider of the year. Now, before we start, a small disclaimer. There will be no doping talk here. This is purely on performance. You all know that I think doping never left the sport, and I think it is alive and well in the top level of cycling. So we're just going to play it as it's a level playing field. All the top guys are on it. Let's look at their performances now. So, breakthrough performances for the first award. My nominees are Leonard Van Velde for a fantastic punchy climbing year. He's won UAE, he's won Jingji at the end of the year, and he had a strong performance where he nearly beat Roglic in week one of La Vuelta. Nominee number two is Matteo Jorgensen, who has emerged, even though he won Oman last year and he was all right at the Tour. This is a real breakthrough of the year in terms of wins. He's won Paris-Nice, he's won Dwardor's Flandern. He was the only one brave enough to follow Van der Poel on Flanders and Pogacar at Emilia. He is a future classics and GC rider to watch out for. Lawrence Pithy in the classics had a very consistent, even if the results weren't amazing. He was up there in Roubaix, he was up there in Flanders. Crashes or just blowing up in the final put pay to his efforts to get a good result. But either way, he has had a fantastic classics year and is going to look to go further at Bora next year. Over on the women's side, we've got Cedrine Cabal, who had a good year last year and won the Young Riders at the Tour. But this year she's stepped up another level. She was top 20 at Liège, which shows a little bit of a future as an Ardennes rider. And she was sixth at the Tour. Another rider that did well at the Tour is cyclocross and mountain bike superstar Puck Pieterse. She had a brilliant road season. She overtook Fem Van Empel, who I thought was going to be the superstar out of the two on the road. Sixth at Flanders, a stage which was a fantastic Liège-Bastogne-Liège stage win at the Tour, and then 11th overall on GC as well. Improve her climbing, improve her TT. She could really be one to watch out for as we try and find someone to beat Demi Vollering. All of them could win, but my winner is going to be the one that was brave enough to follow the superstars in the men's, Matteo Jorgensen. He was also a brilliant domestique at the service of Jonas Vingegaard at the Tour. Matteo Jorgensen is my breakthrough rider of 2024. Over to the fun award of the year now. The flop of the year, and I wanted to keep this one quite condensed. You'll notice a theme very quickly. It's Ineos Grenadiers and three of their riders. We'll start with the obvious one, Tom Pidcock. For me, he had a more consistent year than he's ever had on the road. He won Amstel, he was top 10 in Tirreno and Switzerland. And for all we know, he could have got a stage at the Tour had he not got ill. But the lack of wins and the drama at the end of the season has sort of put a dampener on his year. Yes, he won the Olympics. Yes, he won Amstel. Yes, he showed consistency. But for a man of his talent and a man of his potential, he needs to win more. He needs to cut the drama and he needs to win more. Simple as that. Another one, Philippe Ogana, one of the Ineos superstars, one of the best time trialists in the world, but he's lost his spark on the road. Similar to Pidcock, I think it's a combination of road motivation and his team's accommodation to off-road non-racing non-road racing races like track. He went to the Olympics and he did all right, better than all right. But on the road, he had two wins. Sure, one of them was the Giro TT, but it was the flat TT against Pogacar, and him and Remco are always going to beat him there. He needs to decide, similar to Pidcock, what his focus is. Is it the TTs? Is it the classics? Is it a combination of the two? I think he can. But this year, as with the team and the theme of the flops, not good enough for Philippe Ogana. And finally, the third nominee, similar team as in Ineos, Ben Turner. I was going to put Magnus Sheffield in, but he top six at Flanders. Ben Turner showed great potential when Van Baarle won Roubaix to be a potential classics leader of the team. And for me, he is one of the leadership groups for the classics at Ineos. And illness, injury aside, for the last 2 years, he's not been good enough in the Spring Classics. Can he find that? I think there's something in there. You don't top 10 at Roubaix at your first Roubaix without having some form of ability. But again, similar to the whole team, they need to raise their game. My winner, though, is Philippe Ogana. He's the one that is the leader of the team for me. He's the best rider. He's won the most over the last few years. He needs to find that spark on the road. So Philippe Ogana, unfortunately, is my flop for 2024. But I could have given it to any one of the three, to be honest. On to performances of the year. This is individual performances from, or a group of performances close to combined for the riders. First nominee is Biniam Girmay's 3 stages in the green jersey at the Tour. Brilliant result. We never expected it. We hoped for a stage win. We didn't expect such green jersey domination. Second nominee is Remco at the Olympics. It's rare to double up in the Olympic road and time trial, and he was incredible. Strong TT. We know he's good at that, but he just rode away at the Tour, perfectly timed at the road race, sorry, perfectly timed attack to get away from Van der Poel. Van Aert sat on Van der Poel beautifully, played the team role, and Remco got the double. Fourth is Vollering on Alpe d'Huez, that stage. She had a lot of work to do. She had a gap to close on Niliadoma. She knew she had to attack early, so she took it on the Glandon, rode on the descent, waited for Pauline Royakis because she knew she needed him in the valley, in the valley before Alpe d'Huez, and then just rode the Alp. Didn't ask for Royakis to do a turn. Withstood her late attacks to try and win the stage and won the sprint. Brilliant performance by Demi Vollering. Number 3, similarly, is Niliadoma's beating of Demi Vollering at the Women's Tour de France. Yeah, sure. SD Works' team played a card, the wrong card on that crash stage, and that meant that Niliadoma had a good gap on her, but she still had to do it. Sure, she needed Lucinda Brand in the valley between the Glandon and the Alp to get it done, but in the end, she took it on the Alpe d'Huez and she got it and she won the Women's Tour de France. Second, a rare Flanders-Roubaix double in the World Championship jersey for Mathieu van der Poel. The best cobbled rider, without doubt, and he had a fantastic season on the spring on the cobbles as well. And number 1, Pogacar, doing a Landis for the whole of 2024. Brilliant from Strade Bianche to Lombardia, superb. No drop off in performance. What a win! What a season. My winner, though, I could easily go for Pog. everyone would. But I'm going to go for the double performance from Remco Evenepoel at the Olympics. Uh, to come out of the tour where he got the best result and would have had such a high, to keep it going for the Olympics was incredible, and to win both, chapeau Remco Evenepoel. My rider of the year, Tadej Pogacar. I'm not even going to have any other nominees. You know, Lotte Kopecky, Mathieu van der Poel, Demi Vollering, Nili Adoma, Gamai, Philipsen, Milan. Sure, they've all won a lot and done really well, but Pogacar's the best rider in the world, let's be real. And he's the only rider that deserves this award. Um, he won Strade Bianchi, he won Catalonia, he won Liège, he won the Giro, he won the Tour, the World, Emilia, Lombardia, all with long range attacks, all with controlled efforts. We really had a more mature Pogacar this year, a much more, I believe it or not, in the stage races, a much more mature Pogacar, and it was brilliant to see him grow and work out how to beat Jonas Vingegaard. Congratulations, Tadej Pogacar. What a year that you had. Thank you for watching my awards. I will see you next time on James Talk Cycling.